Ace here from Fanboys United, bringing you some Heist gameplay on the Battlefield Hardline beta. Now, today we're going to be doing the pros and cons from a COD and a Battlefield perspective. Today with me, I've got TK from They Call Me TK. His channel up on YouTube. Don't forget to check that out. He's going to say a few things. We're going to get right into the video.
How you going, guys? I'm TK from You Can Call Me TK. I basically do another channel. We've decided to do a few collaboration videos. I do mainly Battlefield along with a crap load of other games, just pissing about, doing tips and tricks and reviews and things like that. Come and check me out. I do a load of different stuff. You can have to figure that out for yourself. But in the meantime, we want to provide a couple of perspectives on this game mode from the beta. You take it away, Ace.
That's it. Alright, so jumping right into it off the bat, I'm going to tell you what I really like about this game from a COD perspective. The COD perspective. I like that it's really fast. Not just this game, because Conquest, we play Conquest, isn't that fast, so fine. But this game type, Heist, the one we're talking about, is really fast. I reckon it caters to COD's needs, like especially if you're into Advanced Warfare at the moment, and you're loving that, it will definitely give you that fix if you're a bit bored of it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I completely agree, even from a Battlefield perspective. So I'm playing mainly Conquest when I'm doing Battlefield. However, especially since Battlefield 3, Rush has just become more and more popular as more and more people are playing it, looking for that quick game mode, those smaller maps. And this is just going to cater for every need if you're coming through on as a Rush gameplay, because it's not the non-stop action and the tightness of this map just runs so smoothly. And it's just fast. Just the pace of the game is ridiculous, and it keeps a really entertaining match every game, whether you're winning or losing.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
The next one as well. For the next pro, we've got it's a couple of points for the next pro actually. We've got a good amount of players and non-stop action. So probably to go along with the pace of this video. Of the pace of the game mode, the amount of players is absolutely spot on. So especially with Hotwire, another game mode in the Battlefield Hardline, it probably could do with a few more players. However, this one in Heist is just absolutely tip-top. Any more or any less would just ruin the game mode completely, and it just keeps the flow of that going. It's such a steady, non-stop action. It's just beautiful and just fun to play, and that's all games need to be. What about COD?
No, look, that's it. I completely agree. With the coming from COD, we're used to, fucking 12. What is it? 6v6. So jumping in this, it's a massive difference, but it still feels the same. Like, I think it helps because if there were less people in this game type, then we'd feel that it was a bit slower. But because of the I'm not even sure. Is it 18 versus 18?
I think it's this 16 on each
16,
side. So that's
yeah.
32 players all up.
Because of the 32 players as a whole, it does. It's extremely fast. I feel like if there was any less, people from the COD series just wouldn't enjoy it. But yeah, because there's so many players, I'm loving it. I'm really loving it.
Absolutely.
Jumping into the next point though, this map, right? There is specific design for this map, and it caters to this game mode. And this map reminds me of Battlefield. It reminds me of Payday. If you guys have ever played Payday, this map really reminds me of it. And Payday is a game that I hold near and dear to my heart. So playing this game type and playing on this map, it just tugs those strings. So it just wins me over right away. Like, it wins me over. And also, from a COD perspective, like, the maps are slightly bigger, I'd say. Like, there's the outside and there's the inside of this map. If you're playing on just the inside, you don't include the outside area, then it's equal to a COD map, I'd say, and most people would find it quite easy. The only difference I'm saying is if you're playing Advanced Warfare at the moment, you're used to jumping around in the multi-level map, then it might take you a bit to get used to, but besides that, I'm loving it, like, honestly, straight up. What about you?
Oh man, the map for this game mode, especially for the beta, is just advertised this perfectly. One thing I'm really looking forward to and slash worried about is the amount of maps that they're going to have for this game mode, because they've actually said that each map is going to be tailored specifically for certain game modes, so they all should be as good as this one when it comes to Heist. However, how many maps there is and stuff like that, I just hope they keep up this pace. If they can keep up the map design such as this one, this game mode is going to be absolutely unstoppable and probably the most popular game mode in Battlefield Hardline. and that is absolutely pumped up, especially by our next point, which is the servers. So as you probably know, from a Battlefield perspective, Battlefield 4 came out and had absolutely shocking servers, probably one of the worst
Terrible.
game launches in gaming ever. And after playing the beta, I've had absolutely no problem with the servers whatsoever. They have been pristine, and even if I can play in an American lobby with a few American friends I have, and still achieve a playable game setting, which is a big step up from Battlefield 4. How's that looking from a COD perspective, however?
Look, it's good. It's good, but I don't know. I feel from COD that it is slightly under, just because the COD servers I find are really, really smooth, and you can jump right into them. But if you're playing a American server on Battlefield, then it is significantly worse than COD. But if you're playing strictly on a Australian server, and because COD doesn't have specific dedicated servers, then it's going to be a lot better. But the only thing I find is in the beta there aren't a lot of Australian servers. So, once the full game drops, hopefully it gets a lot more.
Yeah, hopefully there's a lot more Australian servers. That'd be mad.
That's it. With that being said, though, I do like some other things in the beta, right? That isn't a negative, that isn't a positive, it's like a borderline from the COD perspective. One thing that I wish COD really didn't do they took this from Battlefield, I wish they didn't, is the interactions, like the Levolution. There's a bit of that in this game. There's the interaction with the vault, right? Which I absolutely love. Now you can go around, you can blow up the vaults, and you can get into it by many means, and I love that. I think Battlefield does it really well, and I don't think Call of Duty does it well at all. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, completely agree. So especially you've still got Levolution events coming from Battlefield 4 specifically, as in they didn't really have that in Battlefield 3. So in Battlefield 4, you've got you've got the skyscraper coming down in Shanghai, you've got the dam coming down, you've got maps flooding, things like that in some of the DLC maps. In this map, in some game modes, you're still going to get that. So in Hotwire, you still have the crane coming down in the middle of the city. However, especially with Heist, they seem to have substituted that the amount of ways to get into the vault. So on this map specifically, there are 3 ways: one down through the roof, one through the actual vault door, and another one through the back wall, which can be accessed through a restaurant. And that means that it just spreads out the players and makes a number of different fighting, a number of different areas for battles to ensue, still keeping it on the one map and still based around the one vault, which is, I don't know how they've made that work, but it just works. It works awesome.
That's it.
And that's our final pro. They're all awesome, and I have to say, even as we go into the cons, the pros still outweigh the cons by far.
That's
the
it.
game mode just absolutely rocks.
Oh, yeah.
However, we do need to talk about some negatives, and the first one is probably a little one: the respawn time. I think it's around about 8 seconds, so each time you die, you've got an 8-second wait before you get into the game. That's just too long. Especially,
pain.
especially I can just imagine that for COD players as well. If I'm a Battlefield player and we have to wait a few seconds, and I think it's annoying from COD, that must just be a right pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, look. That's probably my biggest thing with Battlefield is the respawn time. Now, it's killer. The only reason though is because I'm a core player. Now, if you're a hardcore player in Battlefield, in Call of Duty, sorry, you're gonna be used to respawn timers. They are a bit longer than in COD, but for all the core players who are jumping over, it is a massive pain because we just want to get in there. As I'm saying, we COD players have ADHD. We will be up in your face all the time, so waiting and watching that respawn timer tick down as I'm doing right now it's a pain. But you know what, it's insignificant with the game mode itself,
more of a minor inconvenience. Yeah,
that's it. But with that, another negativity that we do have about the game, sadly, is that there are lack of weapons, which will also result later on. This is the beta, I just want to clarify, but hopefully in the full game they fix these. But yeah, the lack of weapons, which is resulting in the lack of customization. Like, there is barely anything really. And in COD there isn't that much, there's not that many weapons, but there's more than here. Now, I know I played Battlefield a couple times and I know they have so much more weapons. So how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it's difficult, especially coming over from Battlefield 4. Probably that was my favorite when it came to leveling up, when it came to customization and upgrading and things like that. It was awesome. The way to set up your class was so different and so unique. You can set up a class completely different to another player, both of you thinking that something completely different is OP. It sort of, to me, that was one of the big defining features of Battlefield 4. So to come to this game, there are, even in the beta, quite a few weapons, as in they're going to tailor specifically to either cops and robbers, as in if you're a cop, you're not going to get the same weapon as you are when you're a robber. So there are more than one weapons, but I can just see I can see people loving this. I can see this being a pro for some people. However, for me, it just numbs down the experience, especially coming over as a big Battlefield 4 player. It's a letdown. It's just a letdown, and that's it. I want lots of weapons, and I want lots of customization. You know what? When it comes to customization in this game, it's just not A+ at all.
Sadly.
Followed by the objectives on this game mode. So heading back more specifically to the game mode, this map specifically features 3 extraction points for the cash to be taken away from the criminals. These are carried away by choppers. You simply have to hang around in a certain area for a certain amount of time, a very small amount of time, before a chopper comes down and will grab the bag and take it off. Now you have to take two bags of cash out of the objective to win the game as the criminals. So there are 3 areas in which the cash can be taken away, two of which are going to be randomly spawned at the start of the game. So you'll open the vault, and either A and B, A or C and B will come up on the map, and you have to take it to those 2 extraction points. There is one of these extraction points which just does not work at all, and the thing that really worries me about this is, although it's just one objective and it's just this one map, if this carries on into other objectives and each map has this one game mode, then that's pretty much the game defined at the start. As in, you can come in and go, here we go, where are we going? Bravo. We have to go to Bravo. That's the game over. We're not going to win. It's practically impossible to get it to that, and it spoils the game, makes it less exciting, and it kind of just makes me want to get this game over and into the next one. I'm not sure how that's going to work from a COD perspective. Why don't you take over from here? Because man, that's pretty much all Battlefield needs to know. It's frustrating, and it shouldn't be so early definable in a game.
Yeah, look, I get that, and it doesn't really cater, I mean, it isn't really incorporated into, like, Call of Duty, but the closest thing I can think of is when you're playing Search and Destroy, and let's say the other team has a better spawn than you. Now, if they have a better spawn than you, then they can get the bomb quicker, or they can defend the bomb quicker, they can defend the bomb sites. Like, it's a massive pain, and you know that it's going to be a struggle to win. Like, you already have that disadvantage, which is an absolute pain. Now, it's the same for here. Like, if you're a thief, and you're trying to grab the bags, and then, okay, as you can see right now, it says defend B. Now, for the thieves, it's going to be really hard for them to get it to B. Just because we spawn right here, and they spawn all the way on the other side of the map.
Look at the amount of players. Yeah.
And it's absolutely brutal. Now, very rarely I've seen this done once, where one time I played the beta for a few hours now, like good amount of hours, and only once have I seen it being done, and it was a miracle. I swear to you, it was a miracle. But yeah, really that's it, and that really does wrap up all our pros and cons for the video, I do believe.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It does.
Don't forget to go check out YouCanCallMeTk. His link's going to be below. Yeah, show him some love. Go over, have a look at his videos. Got some great vids over there. Besides that, besides that, well, I'll catch you in the next one, and he'll catch you in the next one too, maybe.
See you later, guys. TK out. Catch up.
Peace out.